Now for more on President Xi Jinping's trip to Poland, we're joined by our correspondent Zhang He. He's live for us in Warsaw. Thanks for joining us there. Zhang He, tell us more about the significance of the state visit. And from the China side, how could Poland more actively join in the Belt and Road Initiative?
Of course, as you just mentioned, it's a very traditional friendship between China and Poland. And Poland is one of the first countries to establish diplomatic relations with China. This relation entered a fast track after the strategic partnership was signed in 2011. We know last year the Polish President Duda visited China, and 6 months later, Chinese President Xi Jinping paid a state visit to Poland. We have to remember it is the first time in 12 years that the Chinese head of state pay a visit to Poland. The fact that visiting within 6 months showed how important Poland is to China, because it is on the very important Silk Road. Poland is on the very important position in the heart of Europe. It's also the gate of the European Union. And we know tomorrow there will be meetings between the head of states and, of course, the signing of documents. The topic, of course, will include the bilateral relations, China's relations with the Central and Eastern European countries, as well as China's relation with European Union. And one of the focus is the One Belt and One Road initiative that China has with all the Central and Eastern European countries. And in the afternoon, the president will make a speech at the Silk Road Forum in Warsaw and attending a launching ceremony of the first China Railway Express in Warsaw. That's the rail link between China and Poland. So we can see this visit is a milestone for the Poland and China relations. And of course, it will lay a very solid foundation for the economic cooperations in the future. Back to you.
A milestone indeed. So what are you expecting from the visit or from China?
We know, as mentioned, one of the focus of this visit is the One Belt and One Road initiative. And Poland has a very strong desire to participate in this initiative. It's also one of its first Central and European countries to join the Asia Infrastructure Investment Bank. And also we know that Poland has a direct railway link with China from Chengdu in China to Łódź in Poland, and also from Suzhou in China to Warsaw. So Poland wants to use this railway link to expand its export to China, especially Polish agricultural products to China. And also Poland wants to have more Chinese investments into Poland under this One Belt, One Road initiative. And of course, the cultural link will be greatly boosted after this visit. This week, a lot of the cultural events was launched here in Poland, including one of the events is called the China Book Month. And for this event, and a lot of the Polish readers can have more choices to have access to the Chinese culture.
Don't be surprised to see Chinese books in the Polish language. Starting this month, hundreds of books written by Chinese authors will be available in over 100 bookstores in 9 major Polish cities, including Warsaw and Krakow.
Recently, in most of the bookstores in Warsaw, you can find a special section of Chinese books. It's about the Chinese literature, Chinese medicine, as well as Chinese arts. And this book is particularly interesting. It teaches people how to do the Chinese paper cutting, and it's all in Polish. It's really helped people understand the Chinese culture.
Chinese books used to be rare in Poland in comparison to the wide selection of Western books available. But now new lines of books written in China have been translated on topics including Chinese politics, the economy, literature and history.
Yeah, I'd like to read it, yeah. We hear a lot about China and so many great things happening there. I think it'd be really interesting to read the book from the perspective of from the Chinese perspective.
I like reading about culture. I like documentary books, so that's what I would prefer to read about China, for example. And if it will be more and more then more people will get to know it and more people will be interested in that.
For those who want to understand China but can't read Chinese, the language barrier is no longer a problem. More than 20 books are in Polish, while others are in English. It is now easier than ever for Polish readers to feel the pulse of China.
People are very curious, and they learn. They heard a lot about those topics. So when they are able to find something, especially in Polish language, they appreciate it a lot.
Meanwhile, 200 books have been given to the new China Book Center, the first of its kind in Poland. The center will receive 1,500 free books from China over the next 5 years, providing more choices for Polish book lovers.
Well, as you can see in this story, there will be more Chinese stuff, Chinese culture available here in Poland. But the Polish side wish to have more tourists, more students come to Poland and send more Polish students to China to have this kind of exchanges, like culturally. So, as I said, based on this very solid political foundation between China and Poland, we can have more cooperations in the field of economy, trade, as well cultural links. So this visit is really a milestone in Polish relations. Back to you, Qiu Yuan.
Thanks so much, Zhang He, joining us there live in Warsaw.